is a signal of acceptance and respect.
Listen to me. In the military, guess what? Go fuck yourself. That's how you're greeted every morning.
That is so helpful.
I don't give a who you like, what you identify as. That's cool. Good for you. I hope you totally commit to who you are and you're comfortable with who you are. Because we're about to watch Pride Month. Here's how the Navy is training soldiers on proper gender pronouns. Like I said, I don't care what you do, but some of this has no place in the military. And I hope you guys really get in the comments. I'm all for the arguments, the back and forths, because it forces you to actually have to read what the other person says and kind of hear them. In no way, shape, or form am I purposefully, trying to offend anybody. If I mispronoun you or whatever, my bad. But I'm not going to go around trying to make sure that's my number one priority in the military. My priority is treating everybody the exact same, because before you fully commit joining the ranks and all that stuff, you go through basic and you really start to learn everybody is on the same playing field. Nobody is superior or more than the other person. We're all equally pieces of and it's just your brothers and sisters. I want to do nothing but just be everybody's friend. And if you want to make me a enemy because I misgender you or something, which I did say I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend you, but if you want to make me an enemy and I'm a bad guy because of that, fuck you. I'll be your enemy. We can fight. You're gonna lose. Is that what you really want? What the I only hate you, don't like you if you physically are trying to hurt people, be mean, and with people's psyche. Then I have an issue with you. Aside from that, I don't give a doesn't affect my life. I'm cool with everybody until there's an issue, you know what I'm saying? I would like to know in the comments, go ahead and tell me if I've offended you by the end of this. I'm very, very curious. Anybody who is against this, I would encourage you to open your ears a little bit, because we all know y'all got a lot to say. All right, so let's kind of hear what they got to say, because I am curious. And I already know I'm not going to like this. We shall see.
My name is Johnny, and I use he, him pronouns.
Hi, and I'm Kanchi, and I use she, her pronouns.
And we're here to talk about pronouns.
I'm making a video on this, and I already don't remember what their pronouns are. And I'm not trying to be a
Pronoun is how we identify ourselves apart from our name, and it's also how people refer to us in conversations.
We are going to look up the definition of a pronoun right now. I don't know what the that shit is, bro. A word that can function by itself as a noun phrase. What the is a noun phrase? And that refers either to the participants in the discourse. Okay, examples of pronouns. It, she, something, myself. So I don't see myself in the background here. And I'm not trying to throw heavy blows, but I'm like, all right, we're missing shit. That's all I'm like, it's an unfinished book that you're expecting everybody to know and have an ending to. So already I'm kind of like,
it is a signal of acceptance and respect.
Listen to me. In the military, guess what? Go fuck yourself. That's how you're greeted every morning. You accept and respect each other because we are how we keep each other alive when we deploy and, God forbid, we get into the shit. And like I said, proper gender pronoun stuff, I'm totally cool with it if you want to identify as whatever. I'm totally not fighting that. I am fighting the fact that it is becoming a priority over war fighting functions in the military and society. If I treat you like a human being, everything should be fine. It's going a little bit overboard.
In fact, how do we go about creating a safe space for everybody?
There's no such thing as a safe space. Let's be honest. There's a lot of kids who think schools are safe spaces. As we know, that is not a thing, people. But guess what? By admitting that, you're creating a safer environment for yourself and those around you.
A really good way to do that is to use inclusive language.
I don't know what that is.
Instead of saying something like, hey guys, you can say, hey everyone, or hey team.
You can say that. Every single time I jump on stream, I say, hey bitches. But I'm not making a priority. I'm being myself, dude. I'm just being me. I'm not trying to offend everybody. I'm trying to give y'all a greeting of the day. Do I have to use the pronouns? And if I don't, I'm a piece of shit?
Yeah, and now that you say that, another way that we could show that we're allies.
Show that we're allies. Guys, I know America is fighting this internal war of America sucks, America's great, all this other stuff. We're Americans, whether you like it or not. I know my audience is beyond America, but I'm just talking about home right now. We are allies. Unless I'm punching you in the face and trying to beat your ass, or unless I'm shooting up a school, we are friends and allies. It's like I have to prove myself to every person I meet. No, that makes life really hard, because then people go around trying to please other people instead of living your life. Live your life and be proud of whoever you are. Don't get me wrong. There's no problem with you being like, hey, just so you know, my pronouns are, he, him. I'm reading the back. She, her. Totally cool. And guess what? Your friends will acknowledge that, which is great. And if people like myself forget, like I said, I apologize. I'm I'm not trying to be mean to you. It's just that's definitely not a priority. You know how many people I talk to on the day-to-day and I've met more than once and I don't remember their name? We're adding more shit onto that?
Misgender someone.
My bad.
I think the
that
first
works.
thing, correct yourself and move on, or you accept the correction and move on.
That's great. That's great advice.
The important thing I can tell you is do not put the burden of making you feel good about your mistake on the person that you just misgendered.
Oh, thank you for telling me that.
What? You better shut the up, bro. That was a dumbass comment. Oh, thank you for telling. Lose my shit. I'm on edge already, bro. I'm on edge. Like I said in the comments right now, let me know what you're thinking already, because we're not even halfway through this. And let me know if I've actually offended you. I am curious. But please don't just be like, you've offended me. I know a lot of you are going to spam and be like, you've offended me. For those of you who are actually offended, please tell me why. I don't care if you need to write out a paragraph. Go ahead and do it. Because I would actually, I'm curious about this. All right. And for these two people right here, if they listen to this shit and don't like what I'm saying, dead ass, I would love to have a civil conversation. I'm genuinely trying to figure this shit out.
Kind of go through a progression of 3 good things about the person using their pronouns.
You're telling me I have to study for a person right now. That makes no f***ing sense. See, they are trying to make sure and ingrain that you like have to know this. Like you have to be aware of every single person you come into contact with and their pronouns. And I understand they're mainly talking about people who are very open to this and want to make sure they're not being rude. I get that. And I understand this is a hot topic because it's Pride Month. They're spreading awareness. 100% understand it. 100% get it. I'm all for it. Dead ass. Not being sarcastic in any way, shape, or form, I promise.
They have a nice shirt. They have a nice smile. They are really smart. So that kind of sticks in your brain.
That is so helpful. What would I do if I want to know someone's gender identity or pronouns?
Ask them.
Do not pressure anybody into giving you their pronouns.
Well, if you're f***ing worried about it, then obviously go ahead and f***ing ask, bro. Why the f*** would it be pressure? If you have pronouns and you want to be called a certain way, why the f*** can't I ask you? If I'm genuinely trying to be like, you know what? I want to know your pronouns. I want you to know I f***ing care about you. Why the f*** wouldn't they be able to ask that shit, dude? That's stupid.
Some people may be going through the process of discovery and they are not ready yet to tell you what their pronouns are, and that's okay.
Okay, then when I ask them, they can be like, I don't know. For the people who are on the other side of this, I want to ask you this, and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to be pressured into it, and then someone asks you, don't feel embarrassed. If you are going through like a journey of like discovering yourself, good for you, because learning to find your own identity is very important, people. I'm being so serious. And it took me a long time to find out who like I really was. Now, I'm not exactly talking about like, you know, the he, him, they, them, that stuff. It's all the same type of thing. And if anybody says it's different, you're a fool, okay? Because we're all human beings and we're all trying to identify and find ourselves, all right? It shouldn't have to be so specific and broken down into these different types of categories, which is why half of the people don't know. Isn't one of them like a you don't know the identity of what you are? Totally fine. And I think that's awesome that you're trying to figure shit out about yourself. One of the things that helped me as a creator was finding out who I was. And it's not like I said that they, them, or anything. It's my name's Nikko. I like this shit. I don't like this shit. I'm going to commit to acting how the I want, because it makes me a lot happier. And if you guys are trying to find out who you are, don't be embarrassed if someone asks you that, all right? Just be like, I don't know yet. Understand that they're trying to figure you out and actually give you what you want. So that way the next time you want to be identified as what, they probably will give a fucking remember.
So I should just lead with my pronouns and they may follow or not.
So I'm always catering to another person.
The other day at a cookout I was at.
So you're telling me you were at a cookout yesterday. If you were at this cookout and you saw her, you tell me. If not, she's a liar. So I should just lead with my pronouns and they may follow or not. Why am I continuing to cater to other people? Don't cater to anybody else, because then it always becomes like no one likes me. Always have to look for other people. This is why society is making it to where you have to. You fucking don't. You don't have to do none of that shit.
Talking about pronouns, and somebody was disagreeing. You look like a female, then it's she, her, because that's what's normal. And if you make me call you something else, then you're infringing on my right.
Before they continue on this shit, there is going to be people who don't agree with the pronoun shit. There's going to be people who don't agree with all the different genders. That is f***ing life. It's just a thing of being a human being. It's a part of humanity is different opinions, different viewpoints, different likes and dislikes. And guess what? You don't have to surround yourselves with those people, because I'm not going to stick around. I mean, I do love conflict, but if someone like doesn't agree with my shit, it's like, cool, I don't have to with you no more. I'm going to go surround myself with a healthy environment of people who are like-minded like me or enjoy the same shit that I like. There's nothing wrong with that. The argument was if you look like a female, then it's she, her, because that's what's normal. Not just normal. It's not that simple. Some people have different beliefs. There's different religions and shit like that. And some people just don't believe in that stuff. They don't believe you can identify as whatever. And that's okay. Let them think whatever they want, just like how we're allowing you to think and identify however you want. All right, this life really is your own.
It's not about you at all. It's mostly and ultimately about respect.
Why the if I don't know you, would I show you an excess amount of respect? I will give everybody the same amount of respect. And am I really being disrespectful just because I don't know your pronouns, or I'm not leading with this certain type of language? That's like me being offended because you don't know my favorite color, my favorite number. Oh, you don't follow my social medias, but you talk to me? Disrespectful. Yeah, there's like this common ground of respect. You don't physically harm people, and you don't verbally try and manipulate or harm other people. And that's usually like that flat line of like respect. It's just not with another person in a negative manner. And having different beliefs does not mean it's disrespectful. I don't think she's saying that. I get what they're saying about, it's about respect and because they want to be identified as what. But guess what? I tell people a lot of shit and they don't remember it, but I'm not out here getting pissed off about it. And I understand she's trying to prove the point of like, oh, it's about respect because that's great. Like, it's totally fine with me.
I think it's important to keep it short and simple. What I would have said to
for sure
help them understand better, to talk about mispronouncing names. For example, my name is Johnny, spelled Jony. Normal for someone to pronounce my name like Joni, but if I were to tell you
Joni
over and over again, my name is Johnny, and you insist on mispronouncing my name, I would feel disrespected by you.
That happens to me all the time. My name is Nico. People call me Nick, Nicholas, Nikolai, like all the time. Using examples, people will follow all my social media platforms and all this stuff, and they will consistently, like, if we're communicating in chat or something like that, they misspell the name. They spell it 10 different ways. Why the would I be disrespected by that? I'm engaged with somebody who is not trying to be rude or mean to me. They're showing me nothing but love and comfort, and the one thing they're fucking up is my name. I'll get over it. It's not a big fucking deal. Suck it the fuck up, swallow that shit. Or guess what? Don't talk to them anymore. If you truly think they're disrespecting you, stand up for yourself and walk away. If this is how people feel, I've disrespected a lot of people. Because like I said, I've come across a lot of different people, misspelled their names a lot.
Some names are very difficult to pronounce. But do you know what is very easy to pronounce? She, he, they.
So that's the end of the video. Thank God. And once again, I'm all for this. Do your own thing. It's totally cool however you want to identify. Have your pronouns. I'm not going to fight it. If you were to come up to me and we're having a conversation, you're like, oh, Nico, my bad. My pronouns are da-da-da. I'd be like, oh, okay, you know what? I will try and remember that for next time. The reason this has no place in the military, sadly, is probably going to get a few people killed. You want to know why? In the military, we're on this equal playing field, right? It's your brothers and your sisters all the way. If someone's bitching at somebody because of their pronouns, y'all get into a firefight, and you're like, I need you to cover me, I'm moving. And they're like, this dude's a bitch. I hate him so much. He literally is pissed off at me about pronouns. You're not getting covered. You're going to get shot the up. You're going to die. And everyone's like, oh, that's up. Guess what? That shit happens in real life, bro. That's why everybody has to be so tight and close together and family. And that's why we're around each other every single day in the military, law enforcement, EMS, fire, because you have to be comfortable around these people. You have to have each other's backs. You have to be able to be a cohesive unit and team. Because if you don't, no one's going to look out for you. You're depending on these people to protect you at all costs if it comes down to it. Your life is in another person's hands. So don't get offended by some pronouns. And people are like, oh, that's up, dude. Doesn't matter. They're alive. The other person's dead. You would be surprised how people have died in the military over petty shit, dude. People unfollowing dudes on Instagram. They're downrange. They get into a firefight. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you unfollowed me. All of a sudden, I can't hear you. It's so loud. Oh, you need help? War is something different, people, and this has no place. Let me know down below in the comments if I've actually offended you, and if I have, please let me know, because I'm curious. If I did offend you, my bad. I apologize. All right? I will let you know that right here and right now. But go get in arguments in the comments. Have a good old time. Try and be understanding of some shit. And yeah, thanks for stopping by.